I really want to know why tech companies think they know better than we do about what we want. And I understand that now is the age of AI and intuitive learning, but it really pisses me off that companies like Gmail, Facebook, other social media platforms have this paternalistic view that they know better than we, the customer. And even if you're not paying for something like Gmail, your attention, your patronage makes you the customer. And here's what I mean by that. Gmail specifically has this problem where they will make massive changes to the way you're getting emails and information without much notification or choice. A good example of this is a few years back, they decided that they would create these tabs in your inbox for social and promotions in general. And then they pre-sorted emails into those folders as if that's what we'd asked for. We had not. They actually already have a feature called filtering, which allows you to automatically sort things as you wish. But instead, Gmail just said, everyone needs this, and here, all your promotions are going to go over here. And then you had to actively research and figure out how to undo that if it did not fit with what you wanted in your inbox. And that's a kind of paternalism that I despise. But this is a good idea, and I know better than you, so we're just going to make it happen. And that's annoying enough when it's somebody in a restaurant who tells you what you should order, or somebody in a store who assumes that they know what you need. But when it's technology, you can't even get to that decision maker and tell them off. So, you make a YouTube video. Now, another way that Gmail does this is about what emails you're allowed to receive. There's some obvious benefits to having things like spam filters, right? I can't tell you how many times people have emailed me offering me pharmaceuticals. However, they go a little bit further, because if you are somebody who owns a business or, a nonprofit and you're sending emails, this is problematic. Let's say you have 10,000 people on an email list, and each of those 10,000 people consciously opted in and said yes to getting your content. You sent an email to all 10,000, and about 3,000 of those emails went to people with Yahoo email addresses. If 2 to 3% of those people with Yahoo email addresses said, I don't remember getting this, I'm going to mark it as spam, or their spam filter does that, there is a likelihood that Yahoo will say, oh, emails from this provider shouldn't go to our recipients. And they'll block the other, 2,900 people who wanted to get your email from receiving it. Because somewhere in Yahoo's brain, they say, oh, email from that person, that's not good. And it's infuriating. Because if I decide that I want an email, I'm taking personal responsibility for that choice. Now, if somebody does sign me up for their email list without my permission, if I unsubscribe and then they resubscribe me or they put me on a different list, I will mark spam, because that's against the rules, laws of email and the canned spam law and all of that. But changing what I see because some other idiot doesn't remember signing up, that's not helpful. That's this group think, and that will always come down to the lowest common denominator, because there's a lot of idiots out there. And you all know this happens in social media too, right? Hey, this is my news feed. This is the people I want to hear from, the groups I enjoy, the content I want to see. And they're like, great, we're going to show you 5% of that. And then the other 95% will be suggestions and ads. And if you actually want to see what's going on with a friend of yours, you better randomly remember their name, type it in, and go find out. So they're making us, the user, jump through all these hoops to do the thing they promised they could do for us. Stay connected to people who live far away that you don't get to see every day. So now, and I don't know if you've noticed this, especially on Facebook, you see the same people and you see the same posts over and over. And don't get me wrong, I do hide a lot of people. I block their content. I don't want to see it. Maybe I don't want to become unfriended yet, but I just don't want to see their updates because I find them annoying. But there's still hundreds of people that I haven't done that with who I don't see their content. I don't see their updates. And again, it's this paternalistic view of, we know what you want. We know that you would rather see an ad about something you clicked on another site 3 weeks ago than a friend that you've known for 20 years. Hey, we understand that you have added family and you'd like to see updates on their kids' lives or what they're doing or if they're ill. But we think it's more important that you see this video about cute pandas. And it's just annoying. I don't have a problem with suggestions as long as those are clearly labeled and allow me to opt out. I've actually gotten dozens of notifications from Facebook all on the same stupid stuff, even after I say, stop showing me this. And I've written about this before, this idea that with tech companies, you can say no, and they don't take it as a no. And this happens with, say, notifications. I know that every app wants your eyeballs. They want your attention. They want your focus because that's how they're going to make money, whether that's by selling ads or by just showing how engaged their user base is so they can get funding. So they say, hey, as part of your setup, you need to enable notifications. And I say, no, I don't want your notifications. I want to decide how I engage with your app. And if notifications do serve me, then I will enable them. But instead of saying in their configuration, okay, Kelly doesn't want notifications, noted, she'll come back if she changes her mind, they do this super annoying thing where they say, okay, we'll ask you tomorrow. Okay, we'll check back in. Okay for now, but we'll keep asking. I mean, it's the equivalent of someone at the bar that as soon as you reject them, they redouble their efforts and won't stop asking you out. No means no. Even if you're a tech company and you really would like to send me notifications, or you really, really, really want me to sign up for something new. There's one app I use, it's just for editing photos, and I like it because you have all these preset filters that you can apply if you want things to be brighter or black and white or muted, whatever. And now that they have a new version, which I don't like as much, and I've already paid for the old version, every time you log in to use their app, they make you wait 10 seconds as they remind you that they have a new version you should definitely check out. And you have to wait for this countdown like it's a commercial until you can actually go to the app that you paid to use. And that's the kind of attitude that I hate. The kind of thinking which is, what barriers can we put in place to annoy people until they do what we want them to do? Give people the choice, educate them about the options, and then when they say no, respect them and shut up. Stop harassing, because even if it's just a digital click, an X out, a no, I don't want to buy something, every single instance of that is harassment. And just because you're not calling me on the phone, just because you're not knocking on my door or tapping me on the shoulder, doesn't mean it's not harassment. And it's actually, I think, more pervasive because it doesn't require that company to invest any time or like human capital into annoying me. They just get to write some code and annoy me every single day, bugging me about something that I've said no to 50 times. So how do you apply this to your life? How do you take this lesson into your business? Because I very highly doubt that whoever's in charge of Gmail is watching right now. If you have a business, you need to be really clear with your customers when something is optional. Give them the education, give them the options, and respect their choice. If you think they've made the wrong choice, shut up. If you would prefer that more people take the option you offered, educate them better. Do a better job at your marketing. But you don't get to harass people, and you shouldn't be harassing people over and over and over again because they're not following your customer journey or they're not opting into the thing you want them to opt in for. If you actually respect your customers, if you actually respect your leads, your community, anybody in your orbit, then you really need to translate that into how you interact with them in a digital space. Otherwise, you're just gonna have more people like me ranting on video because you really are pissing us off, and it's just paternalistic BS that you think you know better than other people what they should be doing in their lives. So knock it off.